I'd like to call the regular meeting of the Convention Tourism Board to order at 12:04.
Okay, attendance roll call. Wilson,
Here.
Redcorn, Gutierrez,
Here.
Carrasco,
Here.
and Stover. We have quorum.
Do we have any public comments?
I haven't had any sheets turned in.
Okay. Number 4 is discussion and possible action to approve the minutes from the September 18th, 2025 regular meeting. Can I make a correction on those minutes, or does it have to be somebody else?
No, you sure can.
Okay, so on number 6, it says that I voted yes, and I did vote no. So we need to make that correction.
Okay. So you voted nay on
I-
number 6.
I did.
Okay. Okay, so when somebody makes a motion, you'll just say, I approve with that correction.
Okay.
I'll make a motion. Second.
Okay, so just
So you
say
make a
that-
motion
Oh,
to approve the minutes with the correction?
I make a motion to approve the minutes with the correction.
Second.
Okay, Wilson,
Aye.
Redcorn, Gutierrez,
Aye.
Carrasco,
Aye.
and Stover. We have 3 ayes. The minutes passed with the correction on number 6.
Thank you. Discussion to make recommendations for the 2026 Convention Tourism budget to the city manager.
Normally, we meet with the, does that look familiar? If not, it will be by the end of the meeting. We have our budget workshops scheduled throughout the last couple of weeks, and probably next week. We try to meet with the department heads separate than what the committees and stuff. We couldn't get together because I guess the chairman, she had a baby. Thank goodness everything is good, is what I understand. So I'd like to go over this today. This will be turned into myself and presented to the city council for the 2026 budgets. Other services mainly is what we basically look at. The personal services, material and supplies, that's pretty well going to be a given. Administration costs, hospitality meetings. As you see in there, you'll have the year 2023 and 24, and I might ought to be over here. Everybody's here. 23 and 24 is what the actual. You'll see the current budget. This is what y'all acted upon this last year, and will for the next couple of months. The next column over is year-to-date actual. Now, this is where you, as a board, will make your recommendations only, to the city manager when we go into our budget procedures for the fiscal year 2026. I got Rhonda here for if you got any more additional questions. Her and I sit down within the next couple, 3 weeks, compile this along with about $60 million worth of other projects and et cetera, and to make sure that the budget is balanced and presented to the city council. I think it goes in December meeting, correct? 1st of December. Anyway, I want to kind of highlight some things before maybe we get into discussion, but you'll see for other services and charges, go down to about halfway, and it says cultural district initial match. Apparently that it was a grant. Do you know anything about that? I don't know what that is, but apparently there was a grant that's still out that apparently our match of that was $1,145. I'd recommend just go ahead and just leave that in there. I'm going to go ahead and leave it in there anyway, so I'll find out more about it. Let's go down to convention and assistance. looked like it was 90,000 last year, and that's where all of the assistance comes out. That's where, the lights at the park and the other stuff. That's what the money comes out of. So right now, it looks like until the end of the year, out of that 90,000, looks like 81,000 will be projected to the year end. Marketing and promotions, looks like to me, year to date, it looked like me that's be over budget, but that's okay in my books. They've used, this budget out of 30,000 last year, 32,000 this year. Community events, looks like to me there again, that was kind of a little bit over budget, but so that's the three, and really big grants is for 25,000. We might make a little explanation on that. City Council did pass to add more options to say, which I think is great.
Yeah, I do too.
I think it's going to make it more fair, more usable at this time. I did see a big grant on my desk yesterday. I wasn't here yesterday, but somebody's already applied for a big grant. I think it's for 2026, so it's still under the old rules, but 25 and 2026 is when we take the new ones.
Is that when the new ones will take
Yes.
effect? Okay.
Yes.
I think more people will take advantage of that with the
Oh, I hope
changes
so.
that you guys
I
made.
hope so. I mean, good grief, $5,000 is a lot of money, especially if it's going to go to help get people into the business, and that's a plus. But for like you needed an escape door, or something like that to bring you up to code.
I think so.
I think that's being very, very well. Plus, what I really like about the thing is the landscape. To encourage people to put in something that is drought resistant, where you don't have to use as much water, but still make your front of your business look inviting for somebody to come in. So I like staff. When we all got together, we come up with those ideas just to expand it instead of throwing more money at it. Nobody. I mean, I respect what y'all wanted to do to give them 10,000. Staff decision that let's just broaden it up, keep it at 5, see if somebody was wanting to do it. That don't mean during half the year we need more money in it. That's what we're here for. We can do budget transfers or something like that. So
Yeah, because I think that was part of the issue was people weren't doing it because it just wasn't enough, like, to fix their parking.
that's free money, and
Yeah.
that's where I disagree. I get what
And
you're
it
saying.
was just from speaking to like local business owners, like, yeah, it is a little bit of help, but it still costs this much, so we still need to make up for all this other amount of money. So
Yeah.
they did mention if it was a little bit more, it may be a little bit better, but
Yeah,
But yeah,
we
it-
just
it
didn't
is
want to get
good
into
that-
throwing more money at something. And,
yeah, like you said, we can see how it goes just by expanding it. I think that's good too. It'll give more people an opportunity.
Thank you.
And I did attach in your packets the revised guidelines that got passed at council
Yeah,
the other night.
I saw that.
And you, as a recommendation board, you might recommend that, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but what if the big grant is utilized more? I feel like personally, if you want my personal opinion, I think the 25,000 is going to be ate up pretty quick
I did too.
with the broadening of it to where they can meet non-compliance issues in their bill. I think more people will take advantage of that. So I don't know what the magic number would be, but we're just going into your wants and needs right now. But I'd make a recommendation to add another, at least 10,000 to the big grant. I seriously think in 2026 that we'll probably be zeroing that line item out. I think more people should start. using it.
I agree. So Mike, last meeting we had, we talked about the incentive program through the Oklahoma Department of Commerce through Main Street. Where would that, if we dog-eared some money on a project like that, what category would that fall under?
Yeah, I would think we need to restructure I'm just talking out loud because this is basically a public work session. But good point, Ronnie. I would say that would be under, we can even add a line item, but I'd hate to add more line items. As you see, there's a lot of line items in there that's zeroed out. So I don't know, what would we call that? Assistance grant? We could put a, is it a grant?
It's not a grant.
Okay, it's not
No.
a grant.
No.
Economic. We could put it anywhere we want. We would come up with that word.
Right.
Right. Do you remember off the top of your head what the city's part you would be asking for?
Depending on the project that we decide we want to work on, it has to be in the Main Street District, and it has to be owned by the city,
Right.
whatever project we do.
We had some numbers. What was that, last meeting or something like that?
It's up to 150,000 is what they give because we're a fully accredited Main Street program.
So
But we have to
City would
have
have to-
half.
half.
Half of whatever the project is, and then the Department of Commerce does the other half. And then we just get a business that dog ears their employee tax.
Right.
So, but it
So
could be
half
up
of-
to,
Say if we had that project come up and it was 150, we'd have to come up with 75,000.
correct.
We could make a line, what would we call that, Rhonda? It'd be a,
Like Main Street
yeah, but let's leave it to where we could take that money. If we said something about Main Street, we just have to be strictly for Main Street.
Right, but it wouldn't really be Main Street assistance because it's
Yeah,
offered, it's through the Main Street, through the Department of Commerce, but it's actually for the city. Our design committee has a few ideas, but we want to meet with Mike and see what kind of things he has already planned for in this area that it will help with.
well,
It's-
under my interpretation, where it says community events, I mean, that would, it's all about interpretation. We could insert that under community events and make those notes underneath that.
He came up with like DOC assistance, or we could call it community assistance. Department of Commerce assistance.
How about community, let's just stick it under community events and our sub notes in the budget, leave that as community assistance,
Department of Commerce.
Department of Commerce.
I like it because
community
it's free
assistance.
money. So.
Yeah. And when I say, you'll see that in the finished product, so be looking for 75,000. Is that, I mean, I'm not just trying to say you 75, you might want to say 100, I don't care what you say, but that's a good starting spot.
Right.
I think you had some good solid numbers for some projects, I think ADA, off-street parking,
Mhm.
off-street accessibility. There was, what else was we running?
Some kind of shading and benching over here at the Make a Masterpiece
Okay,
to make
okay.
it more family friendly, and
Okay,
then
community-
some work over at Harmon Park.
Community assistance project, okay.
Yeah,
And those numbers all totaled up 150,000.
it wasn't quite that high. That's just what we're allotted through the state up to that
Yeah,
amount.
I think that's a good solid number. If that's
Okay.
all we're allotted, and half of that was what we'd have to come up with.
Right.
Is that per year?
Yes, it's every year. It is every year.
I don't know if it was like a one.
And they have a 30-day window from September 1st to September 30th. So that's why we want to start planning it now, and that way when it's time to you have to have that money like in the bank and ready to go. So, because that part has to be prepaid. Like they have to show, here's the money for our part to Department of Commerce when you
So what
Go
I have to
forward.
do about that, a letter saying here is hotel, city funds, hotel, motel fund, matching 75, whatever.
right, or depending how much, if our
Well, it
project's
won't-
only
it won't be-
60,000, we'll get 30. So just
It'll be from the city of Guyman, it won't have convention material.
right, it'll say City of Guyman.
So, yeah, so we could, Well, I want to call it the community assistance programs. And we earmark that as for that program through Main Street.
Maybe not a separate.
Yes, yeah. 75,000, more than once?
I'm good with that. If our project is going to be more, we can use that one for the next year and just do what we can up to
Okay.
that point.
Can I get you, I probably have
Yes.
it, it'd probably be easy for you to recopy all that stuff and email it to me.
Oh, I'd love to. Yes.
Perfect, we can add that into the budget process.
Okay.
That way we can back it up with numbers.
Okay.
When we start getting into it, so that's great. And like I said, I can use earmarks because that's what it'll be designated for. Not anybody can come in and go, hey, look at there, the city's got for community assistance programs. We'll earmark it for Main Street, whatever that's called. We'll put the official number in the sub-notes on that.
Okay, yeah, I'll get all that to you and Rhonda.
So I'd like to go back to your big grants. It'd be, I mean, 25 is what we have in there now. You look back in 24, there was 26,539 used. I really would think it would be my recommendation to your board to make a recommendation to add at least another 10,000 to that.
Yeah, I was thinking around 40.
Okay.
So
If y'all is in agreement, if 40, we can put 40 down.
I just think that with all of the mobile kitchen laws changing, I think a lot of them will take advantage of getting up to
Y'all
code.
just hosted an event over there the other day and got some pretty good input. I think, what was there, 3 or 4 different people there that was very interested in that.
Right.
Then, and I'll be honest with you, where the compliance issue come was from the new rules and regulations the state of Oklahoma, the state farm marshal put on our food trucks and stuff. That's kind of what birthed this, but why just keep it to food trucks? Let's let everybody be fair across the
Up to
board
code,
with
yeah.
it.
I agree.
So would you like, am I hearing from you all to make the recommendation that from 25 to 40,000?
Yes,
I am.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Let me go back to anytime we do the budget, we need to know what we're working with. Looks like to me we're right on schedule, correct me if I'm wrong, with the receipts coming in, occupancies and everything. Looks like the revenue part of that will be 700,000 again collected by,
Supposed to be collected by the 20th of every month.
yeah, but I mean overall for the year, I
Oh,
think you projected those numbers.
yeah.
Is it going to be more? I mean,
I estimated that at 50,000 for October.
so will the grant, I mean, what, it's kind of hard leaving 3 months in.
Get tight on me.
Her microphone died.
3 months, I mean, trying to estimate,
Yeah.
but we have pretty good historical,
It'll be probably about 711.
okay, 700,000.
711,000.
7-Eleven?
She's our financial person. No, I'm just teasing. I'm just joking. She's a dream, let me tell you. So we think estimated revenue of 700,000. I like to keep things simple.
You might have a little bit more, 11,000. That's what I'm shooting for. But it depends on, I have a couple of them that are late, but once I call them, I keep after them.
Well, this is not the place and time to be calling that, so let's just go ahead. We're going to estimate 700,000 probably to,
Yeah.
okay, for the revenue coming in. Now, the convention assistance, I mean, in your rules and regulations, and that's where a lot of, that's where, like I said, Home for the Holidays, the Broadway, and all that other stuff that has been coming in. I think Home for the Holidays, isn't that going to be, have we funded those 3 years in a row now?
Yes.
Okay. And the reason I asked that question, the current rules and regulations, correct me if I'm wrong, if Convention Tourism makes a recommendation and it is funded by the city of Guymon for 3 consecutive years, that automatically goes into the general fund
Yes, sir.
as a line item. So
Can we do that this year, or do we have to wait?
That will be popped over to the general fund.
It will, starting for next year? Great, okay.
That's 7 days of Broadway.
Oh, I thought that was
And the
home,
Christmas.
the Home for the
And
Holidays.
for the Home for the
Okay,
Holidays.
okay.
Got it.
That's what I thought, Home for the Holidays.
And I will state for the record that Home for the Holidays is a Chamber of Commerce.
Right.
It's under the Guymon Chamber of Commerce.
Is that it? Is there money that they were awarded at council this last week, part of this 81,000 from this year's?
Yes,
Okay,
yeah, come out, yeah, there, yes, ma'am.
okay, thank you.
That was 30, right?
7 days. And 7 days Broadway also will be a line item. It's 3 consecutive years, automatic goes to the general fund. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So basically what that does, that opens up probably about 50,000 roundabout numbers into
That
the
money.
convention assistance.
That'll be good.
So still 90,000 is a lot of money. It looks like to me we've not invested in our community over that yet. So there's going to be 50,000 basically that you'll be able to award for investment to the community. So
Like that.
your marketing, promotions, and stuff like that looks like to me it's pretty well year to date. Looks like we went over budget about $2,300, and off the top of my head, I'm sure that's for the flyers and stuff like that. It's already out all the time. There again, it's good numbers. I'd recommend maybe increasing that number. I mean, if we're getting a return on our investment, and I think we are, because hotel motel occupancies sound, well, if it's going to be $700,000 worth of revenue, I probably won't go out on a limb saying occupancy at the hotels that are contributing are probably 90% plus. So I think marketing promotions should be increased to, I don't know.
What all falls under that, Mike?
Oh, marketing promotions, just let your,
For everything in the city?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, whatever y'all make a recommendation, city council, so.
okay.
You want me to make a recommendation? Okay. So, yes.
Sure.
I mean, if, from my standpoint, and I'd increase that to 40,000.
I'm good with that.
Because the more you market, the more, I mean, that's,
Yeah. Right.
that's a given. The more you market and our community, that's the better. Your community events is another thing that you've made recommendations for. Looks like to me, that also looked like it went over budget. And don't take me wrong when I say over budget, that's great. That's what budgets are for, is to analyze and see what we're doing, what we're investing in the community. So if we need to add more money to that and we have the funds, why not invest in this community to get a more return on our investment? So I'll let you all do what you want to on that. I feel like I'm running the show and I should.
Because we already went over 18. Yeah. If we did 25 for next year. I mean, we're at 18 already. In this one. Or 30. You got 25 or 30. Still against. Right. We'd like to see that at 30,000, Mike.
Okay. I'm gonna agree. I'll agree with you. Now, just because I want to make just because I'm agreeing with it
Right.
now, we'll see what happens, okay?
Right, we understand.
I've got myself in a pickle and people take me for my word, and which they should, but as this progresses into the budget process itself, there's going to have to be some cuts and we're just going to have to make it work, so. What's that called, a disclaimer? Anything else that y'all would want to add to our services? Okay, I do.
Okay.
Do you mind if I speak up at this time?
No, go right
I
ahead.
think up there on 551000, where it does say there's a line item for fireworks, apparently years ago, that's where a lot of that was taken out. As you might be aware or might not be aware, the city council you all made the recommendation and that failed to pass. Some big budgetary issues, plus it's going to be fired off at midnight, which kicks that in, and everybody kind of snickered at me, but once it turns midnight, that's 2026 money. So I'd like to see, I think it's a great thing if it could be worked into this year's budget. I think it's a good time now, budget it right now.
Let's do it.
But under fireworks, let's put for Chamber of Commerce, New Year's Eve Festival.
Okay.
And
And can we do 20 instead of the 15 they recommended, just in case changes in pricing? And
who changed the prices?
I said in case the prices changed by next year. You know, they have requested 15,000,
I
but
thought, I thought 15,000 was, I just assumed that fireworks are fireworks, and when it costs 25,000 in July, why did it cost 15 in?
well, they were thinking just a smaller show, just a few
Oh,
little
okay,
show
yeah.
just at midnight, and I think that was the
You
thinking.
may
But
run into an issue of your pyrotechnicians may charge more.
more.
Oh, yeah.
So what? Maybe we should just budget the 25 like we do for 4th of July, so that we cover that for them. That's what I would recommend. I don't want you guys.
And I might be lost here. Maybe I'm
Oh.
thinking of something different. But if this is the chamber,
It's through
lights.
Home for the Holidays. Yes.
okay,
They wanna-
that got denied.
Yes,
Yeah.
we know, but we're talking about
That got denied
2026.
For 2025.
Okay.
We're working on 2026.
Okay.
Yes.
Good thought, good thought.
Do
We're
you think we
working
should
on-
do
so
25 to give them
let's
extra?
do-
Just-
Yeah, 25.
And like Ginger pointed out, by the time when you're looking at the difference between summertime and wintertime, the cost for them to come out and do it may be higher than they expected as well. So.
There were
being a
very-
holiday.
Very good
Yeah.
technicians as well. So I think granted, you mentioned one particular entity, and you had to have somebody else come out and price.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of variables.
Right.
A lot. I'm going to go up to, as we're going up, is travel. I'm a firm believer in education, and I've preached this for years. We send a lot of our personnel, and I don't think I've ever turned anybody down that wanted to go and better themselves by educational and stuff like that. You is set up here as a voluntary board. You'll have a lot of responsibility that you have to know the rules and regulations, open meetings, and all that other stuff. And I would love to see you all take advantage of that. Through the municipal league, they constantly, and I say constantly, they offer throughout the year updates on the open meetings law, how to put together a budget, how to put together agendas, and everything you're supposed to need for the public and the meat statute. I'd like to put some money in there, so if you all, and I understand you all have your personal lives and your volunteers, and I deeply appreciate it from my standpoint, but the city wouldn't have a big problem sending you to seminars or schools like that. Okay, so if you don't have any recommendations, I'll go ahead and stick some money in there to where if and when you could decided to go. I'd almost like to make a requirement for anybody sit on the board that they receive at least 8 hours of continuing education credits.
I think it's a
There-
good idea.
We have to. We
Right.
know the rules. We know. We get paid to know the rules and stuff. You as a volunteer that makes some of these decisions, y'all need to know that too.
I think it'd be very
Nothing
useful.
against y'all, but I'd like to make it a mandate, even if we have to do it through a resolution for the city to mandate that all of our board members, even our city council, has to have continuing education credits.
We're doing that with Main Street as well. If
Yeah,
you're going to be a
I-
chair, you
yeah,
need to go through
yeah.
state training.
And it costs money. I mean,
It does.
an overnight trip to Oklahoma City and back, I mean, it's $1,000. Any way you look at it.
There are some available, though, that are like a half a day or 1 day that are in Woodward, that if we happen to go to those, then it's up and back in 1 day.
Yeah, and I could see it too, if we made it a mandate that all of our boards be mandated to keep at least 8 hours of credit. I think we probably have those right there in download volume.
So what would you
I'll put some
recommend,
in.
Mike, as far as money for that?
Oh, I mean, no, there's 5 members, probably about 5,000. If you don't mind, that's what I want to do on it for travel.
Yeah.
And I'll probably just say travel and training.
You guys good with that?
Yeah.
I agree.
And there again, we assume that you all know that, but
Thanks,
if you
Jim.
read your packets, right, no. I'm not, yeah, but yeah, I wouldn't have a problem sitting on that. And two, it'll help you, Ronnie, I mean, with Main Street.
It would.
I mean, we require you to post the agendas. That way you can hear from a third party, and they'll tell you.
And like you said, things change all the time, so being
True,
kept up to
true.
date with what's going on.
Yeah, you're right. I think in this past legislative session, there was some changes made to the open records and meetings, so.
Yeah,
Try to stay
they
up to
changed
the
laws too for
Yeah.
next year, starting in 26. So, yeah, I think it'd be very handy.
I'm just looking on here, and something just popped out at me, leased highway billboards. That's something that hadn't popped up in a very long time. I mean, still people travel up and down the highway. You still see a lot of people advertising on billboards. And I've not seen a spend the night guiding billboard in a very long time.
We just all remember the one in Woodward that said it was shorter to get to Guyman than it was.
Yeah, and it's gone now.
Yeah.
It's gone now. I always liked billboards, I'm sorry. I thought billboards really got the message. I mean, short and sweet to the point. Guyman, 121 miles. Spend the night, Guyman, something like that. They do cost money.
Right.
Huh?
I think they're effective. though.
Yeah, I do too, still, even in today's, even in today's, pop it up on your phone and this, that, and the other. I still think that,
Do you know how much they lease for off the top of your head? Like, for,
I knew that question was coming. I had no idea.
is it
But you know,
3 month term, 6 month
it's,
term?
I personally think it'd be a good investment.
If you could put a QR code on them where people could even scan that
No,
QR.
not on highways.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Our highways, you can pull over. It's going to show you all the things in the
If
community.
you probably do it, no, yeah, you're right, you're right.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, let me do some research on that, and you'll see this. I mean, I'll stay in contact with you, but, you know, I wouldn't be afraid to put at least 20 grand up there. I mean, because, and like Jennifer said, they're still affected. I mean, other communities are still doing it.
I'd rather put 20 grand than nothing.
I just had to go out to Oklahoma last weekend for some personal business, and, you know, you're seeing, there's a lot of communities still are using the billboards along the interstate. And
Casino uses them. Pretty
Really?
effective. The casino.
Yeah.
Gold
Really?
Mesa. Yeah.
Okay.
I believe there's one when you're leaving Amarillo.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I was just saying the casino outside of Amarillo would
Yeah.
come out. And if you think about like, rationally, you leave Oklahoma City and you see halfway between that and the Texas border, come to the big Texas, and so you see those things all the way
Mhm.
through too. So they are effective. It's just
Yeah.
placement and
Yeah.
what you're for sure. So, the casino is utilizing it.
I just wrote down on my notes here that I'll put down 20,000. I'll look into some past. This used to be a big controversy. There again, I'm bringing up the past. I probably should never, but I think things has changed now, and I've always liked the billboard system. So let me look into that. I'll look into some past, but I think 20,000 would be a good start. We just need to get out, because I see a lot of vacant billboards anymore. So maybe they're running a special this year, I don't know. Yeah. Anything else? Well, ideas. I'm about to say wild ideas, but it doesn't help. It doesn't hurt to dream. And two, if you're like me, 30 minutes after you walk out that door, you don't think something, pick up the phone.
I
Or shoot
know.
me an email.
I know that, you know, Shelby has plans and dreams and hopes and things for the activity center as well as a lot of us. I know that's still county leased, or is there still something that we can start looking at big picture down the road? Maybe
For the
starting
county?
to do
Yeah,
something to help
that's
fix
a good question,
that?
Ronnie. That has been tested here lately on some other issues, invested in city funds and the county, and it's pretty evident that that money cannot do that particular thing, what Ms. Redcorn wants to do.
I mean, we all
That's why- that's-
use it. We know it's falling apart and needs.
That's one person or some people's opinion, and we're kind of in that middle right now. But that's why why couldn't the city of Guyman advertise, you know, billboards? Kind of get where I'm coming at now. We could be helping that. Because yeah, the more activity we have going out there, the more income they can get out there. So if the city could help promote that
Okay.
as a economic factor, attractive for Guyman, it's going to help that place. So that's one reason. I'm not sneaky, but I kind of like to plan ahead, maybe come in from the back door there or something like that. So but what if we had the county fair, or we're going to have a concert, or come to economic development to Guyman and see what we've got to offer, stuff like that. It would benefit that. So I see Ms. Redcorn's, I love the way she thinks, but at this particular time, in my opinion, that's off the table. That we can help it in other ways. So that's why I've attended those meetings out there. We've got a couple of little things in the works right now that if it comes to fruition, that it could help the county quite well. So we don't have to directly, we can indirectly help that.
Okay.
Besides that, I don't know what the city would do if all that was turned over to us. I mean, we'd have to, yeah, people just don't understand what the city itself would have to do if we just tomorrow accepted it. There would have to be, yeah. Yeah.
So here's another question, since I'm new to the board. So we make these recommendations for the budget, they get approved by council, and something new comes along, we could still go over that.
Oh, yeah,
A
definitely.
lot
Oh,
of
yeah,
amount
definitely.
for recommendation.
And I've said
Okay.
that before, a budget is just a roadmap where you want to go. If it needs to be altered through the year, we do it constantly. I say constantly, there's not a month goes by, we don't have to make a budget amendments or transfers in and out. Because we don't know, we don't have that crystal ball. Right now, sales tax, let me just go on the sales tax part of it. It has really nothing to do with the hotel motel bed tax, but say sales tax, we think sales tax is going to be pretty well much kind of what it is in 2025 for 26. What if something happens in the world, our sales tax takes a nosedive? We will definitely have to make some adjustments. Then what if, this is what if in convention and tourism for 2026, we assume there's 700,000 going to be coming in, and all of a sudden something happens, and that number is cut into half. We can make concessions for that.
I guess my thing is we're increasing, all of our budget line items, but we also have to remember that money comes out of this fund also for golf course, swimming pool, other things that are quality of life.
Let's touch
So,
on that.
okay.
I think that's been kind of a misinformation has been spread around the community about that. Every dollar that is collected, whether it be from sales tax, franchise tax, utilities, hotel motel, is the city of Guyana's money. It's taxation money put into the city. And it takes every dollar to keep this city moving. We as a city, or I have the authority to make recommendation to the city council to move this money anywhere it needs to go. And like it or hate it, that's just how the statutes read. I try to be fair. And you'll see in the transfers out, the golf course was, we thought that they needed $331,000 to balance their budget. So this is the account of city money that I made recommendation to go get. Now, let me tell you the rest of that story. It looks like, well, $330,000 just coming out of the car. But look what we did at the golf course. There, for years and years and years, the golf course always runs at a deficit and always needs subsidized. We have staff, and for the last 3 years has narrowed that to 300,000. Looks like this year we've narrowed it down to close to just 200,000. There have been times that the golf course had been subsidized close to $1 million. And you're welcome. Proper management, proper run of a golf course, and has an increase in the fees and stuff out there by generating more revenue means it's not having to be subsidized as much. So that's the other side of that subsidy. It looks like, oh my gosh, convention tourism gave me 300,000. Yes, but it's better than $1 million, like it was.
Well, I see that all of them
About
were
6 or 7.
were less than what they were budgeted, all of them. But I just wanted,
And that's why with the pool fund, it was subsidized with that. And it looks like to me, we're narrowing that gap.
Yeah.
We're narrowing that gap. I wish we could do it in 1 year. Yeah, you can't.
right.
But I can see that next year, pool prices could possibly be going up. Chemical, water, the whole 9 yards.
Right.
So I look for, revenue is going to have to go up. So I'm looking for possibly this year, that subsidy or offset the expenses on that one, it's going to come down to. Same with the golf course. Your general fund, that's something that,
That's your line items.
yeah, that's the line items, but also the general fund, that's what your police department, your fire department, your, everything else comes into that general fund. And as long as your tax dollars stay about where they're at right now, I'd love if more people keep shopping at home. Shop on Amazon, that's great, because we get our 4.5 cents or 4 cents from Amazon. But we sometimes have to go subsidize our general fund. And I personally do not like to subsidize general fund, because that means you're spending more money out of the general fund than the taxes are allowing you to do. And looks like to me we have to subsidize it a little bit, but we'll just see where we're at this year. Because really that general fund, your hands are tied, but you still need ambulance service, you still need fire and police inspection, and other services, parks. Yeah, oh wow, so yeah. So we're trying to narrow that gap, and I think we've done a fantastic job these last 2 to 3 years. Staff is, that, anyway, so when you see that transfer out, yeah, we did, but it's better than doing that for $1 million or two. So.
Yeah, I was just trying to look at those numbers with what we're adding to stay
Yeah.
in that 700,000.
But that doesn't mean this year that when we finally get into the budget, we might not have to transfer anything.
Right.
That would be the ideal situation. Cool. So I guess what I'm trying to say, the transfer part of that, who knows at this particular time. I don't anticipate transferring that much out this year, I really don't.
Nice.
I will tell you though, part of that has been looked at. We've had some major utility problems here the last, really the last 2 to 3 weeks, and in excess of probably about $2 million. Just though we're just at the end of life, a lot of stuff. So who knows? We might have to transfer some of that money out and it goes to the guy who utilities third at this particular time. Oh, I got
Okay.
it. I'm aware.
You got anything else?
But all this could change.
Right.
Keep that in mind. And if you're like, and I've already said this once, if you think of something this afternoon that you think billboards or maybe it's something else that you think that Convention and Tourism make a recommendation to City Council to better the economic whole picture of Guyman, shoot me a message. We'll plug it in there somewhere. And I would encourage you, when I give the official public hearing, there was not a soul from the public come in last when we gave that, and it's advertised everywhere. I would hope the Convention Tourism is sitting in the audience, because I need the backup. And that'll be in first December meeting, December 13th, 14th, or something like that.
Council meeting?
Yeah, council.
I'll be there.
Yeah. Oh, you might have been there last year. I don't remember.
I was there last year.
But you'll have the preliminary, draft of it probably by the end of November. You'll have to have at least 2 weeks prior to the meetings
Right.
in December.
Mike, thank you for
Thank you.
your recommendations and helping us through this, especially being new on the Convention Tourism Board.
And I will say too, if I'm looking on it and as time progresses and if I think of something, I'm going to add it, you'll know it, all 5 of you.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
And all I have is just a reminder, the next meeting is November 20th. And then our already mentioned that the big grant revisions are, I attached those in your packet, the ones that were approved the other night.
A question I have is, I saw something that came out on a city deal that said there's going to be 2 openings on Convention and Tourism Board? Or there is 2 openings? What is?
Yes, Shelby and Vanessa, I believe, are up.
Yes. Okay.
So of course, you know, they may be voted or not, but we have to open those positions
Oh,
up.
okay.
And then whatever applications that we get, then they will be on the December council meeting for approval.
Okay.
For 2026.
For 26. Okay. Thank you for clearing that. I didn't know what that was. So, okay. Any other comments from the staff?
I will say that there was an application on the big grant. I just seen the application I just talked about. I think it was for the wellness center.
Yeah. They came to the training offering that we had at the Main Street office.
That just come on my desk this morning. So
Great. I'm glad to see they got that
it'll be
done.
coming for you in the November.
November meeting, yes.
Yeah, we held a little training at our Main Street office. We had 4 or 5 people that showed up. And then we're going to do another one educating kind of here's what went through council and what the updates are and how that would help some of those. We've sold a couple of buildings down on the Main Street office. We've got some new, our Main Street district, we have some new businesses that'll be coming in. So that will be very helpful for them, making sure their buildings are up to city code. So I'm excited about that. Anahi, you have anything?
Nope.
Vanessa? Well, if there's not anything else, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn. Second.
Okay, Wilson,
Aye.
Redcorn, Gutierrez,
Aye.
Carrasco,
Aye.
Stover. Meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.